Today we're diving into something pretty amazing, how some of the most advanced tech on Earth is completely reinventing one of our oldest practices, farming. You know, for thousands of years, growing food has been this incredible mix of skill, gut instinct, and, let's be honest, a whole lot of luck. But what if you could take the guesswork out of it? What if data could finally make farming predictable?
Because really, that's what it all boils down to, right? Every single farmer is basically in a constant gamble against the weather. Too much rain, not enough, a surprise frost, any one of those can wipe out an entire season. It's incredibly high stakes.
So, to tackle this ancient problem, we really need a new way to think about what a farm even is. It's not just a plot of land anymore. The best way to picture it is as a digital nervous system, a smart, living network. Let's dig into how that system actually works.
Okay, so any nervous system needs senses, right? It's got to see, hear, and feel what's going on around it. So how does a farm do that? Well, it all starts from the ground up, literally.
Right there, scattered throughout the soil, you have the system's nerve endings. These are tiny little IoT, that's Internet of Things, sensors, and they are constantly feeding back this stream of real-time data. Is the soil getting too dry? What's the exact temperature? How much dew is on the leaves? This is the most detailed, boots-on-the-ground info you can possibly get.
Now let's zoom out just a little, to just above the crops. This is where drones and UAVs come in. Think of them as the farm's eyes in the sky. And with special multispectral cameras, they can spot things the human eye would totally miss, like the very first signs of stress in a plant, or mapping out exactly where a hailstorm hit.
Okay, pulling the view back again. We've got automatic weather stations acting like the farm's local guardians. They are constantly collecting data on the hyper-local microclimate. We're talking about the exact rainfall, wind speed, and humidity for this specific field, not the general forecast for the county.
And finally, we get the view from way, way up, from orbit. Satellites give us that huge, big picture perspective. They're monitoring things like drought conditions or the health of vegetation, not just for one farm, but across an entire region. So from a sensor in the dirt to a satellite in space, this system is constantly watching. But you know, collecting mountains of data is one thing. It's pretty useless if you can't figure out what it's all telling you. The nervous system needs a brain to process all those signals.
And this is that digital brain. It's where a few key technologies come together. First, you have GIS, or Geographic Information Systems. This is like the brain's visual cortex. It creates these amazing digital maps that layer all that soil and crop data together. Then you have AI and machine learning. That's the predictive part of the brain, forecasting everything from how much you'll harvest to when a pest outbreak might hit. And finally, big data analytics is like the brain's long-term memory, combing through huge historical data sets to find hidden patterns and climate risks.
And get this, the brain isn't just focused on what's happening right now. It can actually peer into the future. By using really complex climate models, it can run simulations to see how crops might grow years from now under different climate scenarios. So it's all about planning for the future, not just reacting to today.
So we've got the senses and we've got the brain. The last piece of the puzzle is turning all of that incredible intelligence into action. I mean, how does all this complex data actually help a farmer on the ground make a better decision? So let's quickly trace the entire journey. First, the system gathers all that info from the sensors and satellites. Then, that raw data gets analyzed by the AI and the GIS. From that analysis, the system creates concrete advice. And finally, that advice gets delivered to the farmer so they can act on it. That middle step, going from analysis to advice, is absolutely crucial. And that advice comes from something called a decision support system. You can just think of it as a translator. It's this smart, cloud-based platform that takes all the complicated science and the terabytes of data and just boils it down into a super clear recommendation. Something like, water this part of the field for 20 minutes tomorrow, or hey, a frost is coming, don't plant yet. And here we have the final and maybe the most important piece of the whole thing, delivery. Because all that powerful tech means nothing if it doesn't get to the person who needs it. So this advice gets sent in the simplest way possible, straight to the farmer's phone. Through an app or even just a simple text message, they get these AGROMET advisories. That's agriculture plus meteorology, often in their own local language. It's the right information at exactly the right time. So this idea of a digital nervous system for every farm, it is an incredible concept. But let's pull back one last time and talk about the big picture. Why this tech revolution is so unbelievably important for every single one of us. So what's the ultimate payoff here?
Well, it's huge. First, you get far more precision, which means you're giving the crops exactly what they need when they need it. That leads to way less waste, less wasted water, fertilizer, fuel, you name it. And when you're less wasteful, you're more resilient, you can handle the shocks of a changing climate, and all of that leads to the big one, higher yields. Growing more food for a growing population, all while using fewer resources. It's a massive win.
I mean, the potential here is nothing short of world-changing. This whole digital harvest isn't just about making farms more efficient. It's about securing our global food supply for generations, which of course leaves us with the next giant challenge we have to solve. How do we make sure that every single farmer on Earth can get access to these incredible tools?